Back in the Garden of Life. I like it here. One of my favourite companies is the School of Life, Alan de Botton's organisation. I think the Garden of Life is also good. Welcome to the Garden of Life. We've been doing a series on building, boosting unstoppable, invincible self-confidence. What an asset. Competence and confidence, the power twins, when they come together, you will be unstoppable and invincible, and also quite pleased with yourself. So let's review a little bit of the journey. We've talked about boosting our confidence through building confidence. How do you build confidence? Well, you collect wins. Some people even have a jar in which they keep tokens of victory that make them feel good. So we build, we borrow, and we bank. Build, borrow, bank. We build confidence by noticing when we get things right and it makes us feel confident. We borrow confidence from, I talked about finding your theme song, where you borrow that sense of upbeat, emotional uplift through upbeat music. You can also borrow confidence by belonging to a group that makes you feel you belong, you're part of the tribe, and the buzz of the group is contagious. But what about banking confidence, self-confidence? Can you make a deposit into the bank of self-confidence in a way that charges up the battery, the energy that we call confidence? Well, of course you can. And here's how you charge the battery in your bank of batteries, really. Everything you see, especially when you pay conscious attention to it, everything you hear, especially when you pay conscious attention to it, and everything you touch triggers the filing system in your brain. Your brain goes, what do I associate with this? And every association has an emotional charge. So if you want to bank a resource, store in your batteries in your brain a sense of self-confidence, then you need to find an image or a movie, sound or a song, or both, and a physical posture and gesture that makes you associate that visual, auditory and kinesthetic, they're the posh words, associations with confidence, the feeling of confidence, the energy of confidence, the emotion of confidence. So let's pause for a moment. If I were to ask you, who is your icon of confidence visually? Well, that could be a Walt Disney cartoon character. It doesn't need to be a literal person. It could be an imaginary person. It could be Thor. It could be Spider-Man. It could be Wonder Woman. Who is your icon of self-confidence? Or maybe a clip from a movie. Or maybe one of your own memories where you felt supremely self-confident. And then what's the sound of confidence? Is it a yeah? It is a triumphant yawp? Is it a rah rah? I don't know. It's going to be different for each of you. And what gestures would you associate with self-confidence? These are particularly powerful if you don't use these gestures consciously, intentionally for anything else. You notice King Charles regularly touches his cufflinks when he's gathering his thoughts. If you smoke a pipe, you might have your pipe. If you wear glasses, you might pull your glasses off. There are a gesture or cluster of gestures that you associate with different states of mind. It's, when I record this, coming up to Wimbledon season, one of my favourite sports, tennis. And you'll see strange physical behaviours on the tennis court. Maybe the tennis players have to bounce the balls a set number of times before they're ready. Maybe they have to take these impossible to move strings of their tennis racket, but look like they're positioning them, like we used to do with the old-fashioned tennis rackets. Maybe they need to rock a certain number of times on the baseline. They have a ritual that's very, very physical. Now, I'm going to suggest a physical gesture for you today if you don't use it already. It's called steepling. And people, when they're very confident, often steeple. That's probably the most extreme one. Feet up on the table, not the boss's table. Or this. It's not really praying, it's steepling. Or down in front of you. And I noticed a top hypnosis trainer with his colleague using it the other day as they presented on screen. They were moving from that position, and I thought, I know what you're doing. You're deliberately building an association with this physical gesture. So here's your homework today, if you're up for it. If you want to charge your batteries in your brain, making a deposit in the bank of self-confidence, find an image or a movie, a sound or group of sounds, including a song if you like, and add this gesture. And what you do is you choose this image or movie, this sound and this gesture to be the way you store confidence in the batteries of your brain. Give you an example now. So there's the battery. I'm going to imagine I'm going in my time machine back into a time where I felt really, really confident. And I've done a few presentations in front of hundreds of people, and when it goes well, it feels really, really good. So as I'm remembering presenting at a NHS conference, what I'm going to do is deliberately, consciously, intentionally associate my image of confidence, which for me, I'm going to show my age now, is the Fonz, Henry Winkler, hey. And that's the sound, hey. And I'm going to do my gesture as I remember that amazing experience. I'd probably add my son Richard. When I see him performing on stage, there's such energy, such confidence, such a natural talent. So the beauty of this thing is you can build a network of associations that mean confidence and that energy to you. And every time you experience confidence from now on, see your image or your movie, hear your sound, hey, and do your gesture. And what you'll do is you'll charge the battery to such an extent that when you need to draw upon the energy of confidence, all you'll need to do, if you do enough charging, is to see your image. I'm there now. Hear your sound, hey, and do your gesture. And you will feel, by association, the confidence you need for the moment. It's amazing. You are only going to know if this is true if you give it a go. Most people think this is a book. It's more than a book. It's a doorway into your future. If you're a trainer and you want to add some more skills to your unique selling proposition, talk to me. Book an appointment with me on my calendar application so that we can have a chat about you adding accelerated learning, accelerated training models to your training of any subject area so that your clients can learn faster, keep the results longer, and integrate them at a deeper level. It's kind of magic.